By 8 p.m. on Sunday night, two countries headed for the FIFA World Cup from the African continent will kick off the biggest competition on the African continent, the African Cup of Nations, of course, fondly called the AFCON. This particular AFCON is very peculiar because it's coming just before the World Cup, and there are so many teams that are really vying to win this particular one. There are countries who have not won it for a while. There are countries who consider themselves the best based on the caliber of players they have to line up. And there is Morocco, right now the best African footballing nation, the team that has gone farthest when it comes to an African country at the FIFA World Cup. And of course, the host. The last time we had the African Cup of Nations, Ivory Coast hosted to win. And one thing that Morocco has said is that they are open and they want to do everything it takes to replicate that. So, welcome officially to our African Cup of Nations preview. This is where we tell you everything analytically. Who are those who can actually say we have a good chance of winning? I know that some country have been, every country that qualified for the African Cup of Nations, I'm sure, wants to win. But realistically, only one country can actually take that trophy home. And today, we'll tell you analytically those who are the favorites, at least top 3, top 2 favorites to actually win the African Cup of Nations. Fahad, let's start with the overview of this tournament. I mean, it's been one that has been long coming. The African continent have been looking forward to Morocco hosting this tournament for a long time.
Very long time.
After COVID, Morocco was supposed to host, I think, in 2020. But after COVID, Morocco pulled out, because of COVID and all that, and they had to just look for an emergency, host. But then finally, it has come to Morocco. What kind of tournament are you looking forward to Morocco hosting? Because it looks like Morocco is breaking boundaries. Usually, the African Cup of Nations only needs 6 stadia, to host the tournament. Right now, Morocco is offering us 9. And I remember very well when South Africa hosted the World Cup, they only had 10 stadia, to host. So Morocco is breaking boundaries. So what kind of quality are you looking forward to Morocco giving us at this Nations Cup?
Well, when you're talking about this Nations Cup, I'm looking for the glitz and glamour, because they look at it right now. I think for in recent times, this has actually been one of the most anticipated African Cup of Nations. And I think a lot of eyes actually are on that. I think maybe one of the reasons why is that because you have a lot of Premier League products and German football league players as well coming in, and we also have a lot of stars that are coming in as well. And right now, I think we have African players in big clubs. So that's one of the reasons why we have a lot of eyes on them.
So many people are talking about Salah, talking about Bomo, Hakimi, Osimhen, Sadio Mane is still there, Riyad Mahrez is still also available. So a lot of top.
So if you look at it right now, so everyone wants to see what all these players can actually do. And right now, Morocco is giving us that. I mean, for a very long time, we've known Morocco. Even at Qatar, even in Qatar, when Morocco played in Qatar, I think there were reports of Morocco fans always partying because of what they did, because of the achievements. They always partying through the night. And right now, they are bringing that vibe, they're bringing that culture. And we all know Africa. It's the continent filled with vast cultures, different cultures. Everyone are bringing their culture. Comoros, Morocco, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, South Africa. They are bringing that culture to Morocco, and I think we'll be seeing an interesting glamorous event actually.
Yeah, and of course, the glamorous event starts with the opening ceremony on Sunday night, and we can give you this one for free. That a Nigerian artist, Rema, our own Rema, will be actually performing at the opening ceremony of the African Cup of Nations. He arrived in Morocco on Tuesday, and he has been doing so much, tours and everything. And on Sunday night, he's going to be one of the headline artists for the African Cup of Nations opening ceremony. Definitely, every Nigerian is looking forward to Rema, shorting it. I mean, Nigerian artists have been doing well when it comes to football competitions and what about ceremonies concerning football competition. Remember, Burna Boy with the Champions League final.
Even the England women's team as well. England women's
yeah, you know, remember Davido with the World Cup in Qatar, and of course now Rema with the African Cup of Nations. But let's come to footballing terms now. For you, yeah, of course, we are Nigerians, and of course we're really great to show you that we're Nigerians. And we know that there is this mantra that have been put forward by the Nigerian Football Federation, Nigeria for the win.
Yes.
And most Nigerians are believing that, okay, we got to the final last time, we should go a step further this time. Even though it's not mathematics. But then, realistically, going into this tournament, who would you pick as your top 4 favorites to win this tournament?
Well, going into this tournament, it's an interesting one because we have a lot of teams right now that if you look at it previously, you wouldn't say, oh, this team can actually make it to this stage in the tournament. But if I want to pick my top 4, in no particular order, I'll go with Ivory Coast.
As the defending champions?
Yeah, as defending champions.
Do you think that's Ivory Coast, so many persons believe that they are the most undeserving champion ever. Because Ivory Coast were already out of the tournament.
They lost 4-0.
All Ghana had to do was not lose, and Ivory Coast would not even qualify as a best loser. They would have crashed out on the group stage, and then Ghana somehow found a way to crash out. Ivory Coast got into the. I believe they're even probably the first team to sack their manager mid-tournament, like as the tournament they go.
And they sacked
they sacked the manager and brought in another manager, and from the round of 16, it just became something else, and they went all the way. But do you think right now, some will say that the run was practically because it was in their country, they were not that good. Do you think that they have become such a good team that you can now say, even away from their country, away from the fact that their fans were the ones that filled most of the stadia, that they are a contender for the title?
Well, if you look at Ivory Coast right now, well, I think what they are doing right now, I think it's, if you look at their starting them, they are full man list.
Yeah.
They didn't call Salman Adingra, they didn't call
Nicolas Pepe.
They didn't call Nicolas Pepe, and we all know how pivotal Salman Adingra was for Ivory Coast.
He was the best player at the last
when they won the tournament. So, and I think right now they have other stars that can play. They have
Amad Diallo
is there as well.
They come back with Zaha.
After 2 years, they've got defenders as well. So I feel if you look at it, they have stars.
And they're defending champions.
They are defender. So I just feel they want to carry that going into the tournament. Okay, they want to play better than they did, because we all know last tournament they lost. They were on the verge of crashing out, like you said. So I just feel they want to do better, and also want to prove. They also want, and let's not forget the winners' course that is always happening. The winners, the current defending champions,
crashes out on the group stage.
Yeah. So I think they want to. Right now the pressure is on them, and they also want to do better than the group stage. So I just feel, due to this, I'm putting them as one of the contenders as well.
Oh well, and if you look at, after the last African Cup of Nations came the World Cup qualifiers, if you look at the way they prosecuted the World Cup qualifiers under MS5, one would say that they qualified really seamlessly. I must almost say, I think they are the ones that consider the least number of goals at the World Cup qualifiers. They only consider 1 or so or 2.
That shows how good they've been in the
defensively and attacking wise. So definitely one thing to watch out for. Ivory Coast. All right. What's your number 2 contender?
I'll be going with Morocco.
Host. I thought, honestly speaking, I thought that was going to be the number 1. Okay. You said no particular order.
No particular order.
Yeah, so
I'll go with Morocco because look at Morocco. They are the best footballing nation in Africa right now. They go to the semi-finals of the World Cup.
All around, they are the best. They have the best male Africa player of the year. They have the best female Africa national team of the year.
Even when it comes to junior teams as well, they have the best. When it comes to under 17, I think even
the coach of the year.
Yeah,
for male, I think it's still there.
So if you look at the way Morocco football is going, it will be like, it feels like this is their best opportunity.
This is our time.
This is their
and it just happens to be that it's also in our country.
And right now they have, when you look at the group of players they have right now, they have because I don't know, I don't really see the other players they had in the past. But right now this is the best players that they have in a very, very long time. And you can currently they have the best players in Africa. They have some of the best. If you look at technically, this team, they are very, very good. I think they lost out in AFCON on penalties last
season. Sofiane Amrabat, Brahim Diaz, I mean, not to talk of Achraf Hakimi, Mazraoui.
So their players are playing in big clubs as well. And they've got a coach, Walid Regragui, that wants to do very well than he has done. I think right now the pressure is on Morocco. Because they will tell you the pressure is on them, but right now the pressure is on them.
But there's this thing that they say that Morocco, maybe because of how close they are to Europe, that their football is not African adaptable. How do I mean it? We know the African population is jambody, physicality. There have been talks that they have not been able to match up the physicality, and that's the reason why they have not really done well on the African continent, even though they have a lot of stars. I mean, they did well at the World Cup because World Cup, you face Europeans, they faced Portugal. Portugal will not play around football, they will not play jambody football. Yeah. They said they have still not been able to adapt their football to the African physicality. Well, what do you have to say to that? You think maybe Regragui may have done something to make sure that they have that physicality that African football requires?
Yeah, if you look at the World Cup qualifiers that they played, I think they are one of the best teams in the World Cup qualifiers.
And they played African teams.
Yeah, and they played African teams. Yeah, you might say, oh, the African team they play were minnows, but then they still played African teams, and they were one of the best. They scored goals as well. So that shows.
Qualified with about 3 or 4 games,
to say that shows okay, they are already at the level. Yeah, they might not be at where they might not be physically, they might not be as strong as other teams. But then I think they want to add technicality and also physicality together. So I think both of them together, they want to use that against other teams at this African competition. I think right now, currently, they might be the most technically gifted teams. They are the most technically gifted players in the team right now. So right now, I just feel.
And they have a coach that has been there for over 2 years now.
Yeah,
so he has been able to build. He has been able to.
So I just feel right now they know what they want to do. I think it's most times it doesn't have to be all about physicality. It's all about who wants to win the most.
Spain is not that physical.
Yeah,
they are the favourites to win the World Cup.
So it's just about can they win it? Do they want to win? How much they want to win these African competitions? Can they give their all to win these African competitions? So that's the question that a lot of people be asking Moroccan nationals.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about the third favourites to win, or the third team that you are tipping as favourites.
I'm going with Senegal.
Winners of the last editions.
The winners of the last editions. If you look at Senegal, well, one thing is they have a mixture of old and young. You look at the youth and experience. And right now,
there's Mane, the represent the old, there's Daye, and then there's Malasa, Jaye, that a good blend.
Yeah, so if you look at Senegal, I think one thing is right now their attack is their most blessed right now.
I mean that attack, I don't even understand because there's still Jackson, there's still Mane, there's still Jaye, there's Malasa, so it's packed.
And if you look at their midfield, I mean, I saw it.
Pep Metasa, Isakeye. I mean,
Kamara to this for years.
That's some packed.
So these guys are machines that want to play any day, anytime. But then if you look at Senegal, they disappointed at last after. I think a lot of people didn't actually expect Senegal to actually crash out the way they did. But then, so right now they want to atone for that. They want to do better than they did at last African Cup of Nations. So I just feel they at some point they would probably get there, or might not be this African Cup of Nations. But then I still feel they are also one of the contenders of this African Cup of Nations.
Okay, all right. Now, number 4.
No,
last but not the least.
I don't know if you can give me 5. You can give me 5.
Why do I feel like you're asking for 5 because you want to squeeze Nigeria in somewhere? You want so that you can appease to the fans at home. Okay, all right, let's do 5.
Okay, well, for you, the fourth one. I don't know. I want to pick between South Africa and Egypt. But then
it's been a while for Egypt, even though they are the most successful team when it comes to the African competitions, but it's been a real while.
Yeah, because if you look at the Egyptian national team right now, look at the World Cup qualifiers they did very well in the World Cup qualifiers as well. I think they placed their group, they scored goals, and they have, yeah, when I say, oh, Musala is not in form, but right now they've got players as well, they've got Umar Mahmoud from Manchester City as well. They've got one of the best goalkeepers in Africa.
Yeah, Mohamed Shanawi, they've got Trezeguet.
They've got Trezeguet as well. So these are players that can hurt you any day, anytime. And I just feel right now, this I think this might also be their best.
They recently hurt Nigeria without Salah, without Dabish.
I think this might be their best chance to actually win a trophy as well. I think let's not forget. I think Musala wants to win it because you're there.
This may be his last hurrah for Egypt.
I mean, there's been this talk about Musala, he has not won anything with Egypt in a long while, and he's taking them to
actually won anything with Egypt.
He's taking them to the World Cup as well. So right now they want to cement that by actually winning the African Cup of Nations. And I just feel they are one of the contenders for the African Cup of Nations.
So you have to stay somewhere. You can't be. Are you going for Egypt or South Africa?
I'll go with Egypt.
Well, why did South Africa even come into this mix? Because going by the World Cup qualifiers, South Africa, for me, they were not spectacular. It was just that Nigeria was horrible. I mean, they were able to beat Nigeria. They hardly were able to beat the Republic. They dropped points to Rwanda. So why would you even think that South Africa could be a contender for the title?
Well, if you look at this African Cup of Nations that are playing, I think that let's look at the World Cup qualifiers. I think they thought a group that featured Nigeria, and I mean if you can talk a group that featured Nigeria, and that shows.
They thought because they are very good, because Nigeria was very.
Yeah, if Nigeria was not good and they didn't take their chances, there's no way they would have topped the group. And they have a team that they play together for a very that these guys know each other very well. They play in the local league. So most of them are from
80% of their players are from Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah, Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, Sekone United. These guys they play together in local league. They understand themselves. And let's not forget they've got strikers. Yeah, even the strikers that they're playing in Europe, they don't really. It's not a starting striker for them. So that shows you the amount of trust. How the amount of trust they have with the players that play in their local league, and they've been playing together for a very long time. But then I think the reason why I'm not really good with South Africa right now is because of what's going on right now between them in the dressing room. I think Royce recently, Bruce made a statement, about the defender that just made a move to the MLS, about him coming out of the room as a white player or something, and Joey has apologized to them. I think that
something said about distraction.
Yes, that's distraction, and I think he also called the agent the little woman. So I think those things might be Joey has apologized, but then those might serve as distraction. To the South Africa.
So we are thinking Egypt. Let's drop South Africa. Okay, the fifth thing,
definitely.
The political choice.
Definitely Nigeria.
Why do you think this Nigeria that could not qualify for the World Cup can conquer?
Well, if you look,
by the way, 9 teams qualified for the World Cup, and Nigeria was one of them. And also, if in case you have noticed, all the teams that you have picked so far. Pick the World Cup ticket. So why are you including this country that never made the World Cup?
Well, if you look at Nigeria,
apart from being the fact that they're Nigeria,
obviously, if you look at Nigeria, I think they have one of the most talented players. They have one of the most talented players in this Africa. They've got Osimhen, they've got Lukman, they've got Simon, they've got Samuel Chukwueze, they've got Basi, they've got Iwobi.
I mean, players that are really informed.
Players are informed.
Mobi, Basi, Chukwueze tearing it for
Fulham right now.
Ahmed Musa, Victor Osimhen, doing really well for Galatasaray.
Lukman is now picking up form as well.
At Atalanta.
So I think if you look last AFCON, they came second. Just lost on regulation time to Ivory Coast. And I think they want to do better than they did at last AFCON. Yeah, it's all anytime it's all about Nigeria. There's always doubt and cloud over the Super Eagles. There's always this in-house fighting. There's always turmoil in the Super Eagles when it comes to major tournaments. But then
somehow we have always managed. I mean, even 2013 was not perfect.
Yeah,
but we still found a way.
So if you look at these players, this is like one of their major opportunities to actually cement their legacy.
And if they are missing out on the World Cup,
They miss out on 2 World Cups right now.
They are better at least have an AFCON title to their name.
Because if you can't have this amount of talent and you don't have anything to show for it. No World Cup.
No World Cup, no AFCON.
So just like they came to Nigeria and they left like that. I mean, even Osimhen wants to win it because right now it's all about Osimhen hasn't won anything with Nigeria.
And by the next World Cup, 31. So we're not even sure what shape will be at.
So right now, this is like Nigeria's best crop of players. If you look at the next time people that are coming, you don't even see where talent is coming from for the Super Eagles. So right now they have also one of the most talented players are going to this AFCON, and most of them are playing for big clubs as well.
Okay. All right. So quickly, let's do the groups. And we know that they're the best losers, but in all the groups, we just pick 2 teams that we feel will qualify automatically from each group. So let's start with Group A. We've got Comoros, Mali, Morocco, Zambia. One of the toughest groups of the African competitions. Pick 2 teams that qualifies from.
I'm going with Morocco, Zambia.
Comoros World Cup tickets.
Yeah, I'm going with
Mali.
I'm going with Morocco, Zambia.
Okay. All right. Group B: Angola, Egypt, South Africa, and Zimbabwe.
I'll go with South Africa and Egypt.
Nothing for Angola.
Nothing for Angola.
Yeah. Okay. Group C: very important. Nigeria, Tanzania, Tunisia, and Uganda.
Definitely Nigeria, Tunisia.
Okay, in Group D, I hope that was not because you are in Nigeria. Okay, in Group D, we've got Benin Republic, Botswana, DR Congo, and Senegal. 2 countries that may be going to the World Cup in this group.
Group D for me looks like Group D.
No wonder they made it D.
I'll go with DR Congo and Senegal.
Think Genothros Benin, who almost beat both South Africa and Nigeria.
Nothing for Nigeria.
Okay, maybe a best loser for them there. Okay, Group E, we've got Algeria, Burkina Faso, Guinea, and Sudan.
Algeria, Burkina Faso.
Okay, all right. So Equatorial Guinea, nothing for them. And the last group, Group F, we've got Cameroon, Gabon, Ivory Coast, and Mozambique.
Oh yeah, this is actually a group of death for me. This is actually a group of death. I want to go with Cameroon, but then if you look at what's going on at the Cameroonian football.
I mean, up until yesterday, there were 2 lists, but finally, CAF confirmed the real list, that is going to the AFCON.
So I'll go with Ivory Coast and Gabon.
Cameroon to crash out on the group stage.
I'll say them as the best loser.
Umbrella back to Manchester United, and I guess Manchester
United fans will be happy.
Let's say United fans will not mind that. I mean, after the group stage, we'll go back to Old Trafford.
Yeah.
I'm sure they won't mind that. And finally, the title winner. The team that you feel has the best. You have named 5, but now go for the one that you are giving it to.
This is what I don't like. I really like.
You have to put your money. There's no fence to sit on here. You have to put your money where your mouth is now.
I'll go with Morocco.
Morocco to
close down.
Well, that says for the second time in a row at the African Cup of Nations, the hosts will emerge as the champions. Well, what do you think? Do you think Morocco will win the African Cup of Nations, or who are you tipping to be the favourites? Well, let's know in the comment section